Hi everyone, this is Sally Harris, and today I want to talk to you about emotional triggers. So, as moms of adult children who have gone astray or are struggling or are defiant, I truly believe that all moms need a support system to walk alongside them during this journey, as it's a very difficult one. And so, I have 4 common emotional triggers that I want you to think about and how this is affecting you. So, triggers can be very tricky, right? They come up sometimes when we are expecting them. Then there's times where they just come out of nowhere. So I want you to prepare yourself a little bit with 4 of these most common ones that most moms deal with. The first one is people. And we all know who our triggers are when it comes to a person. Maybe it's a relative. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it is even like one of your adult children's friends. It could be that. Whoever that is, I want you to identify that. Who can trigger you? So, comparison is the thief of joy. So on the other hand, when it comes to, as a mom, sometimes we compare ourselves and our journey with our kids. We compare ourselves to the journey of another family that maybe we knew. Maybe we went to church with them. Maybe they went to school with your kids, or they were friends of yours. And maybe everything on the outside is looking really perfect with their kids, right? Their family, like there's no issues, there's no problems. And so comparison is definitely the thief of joy in that case. And so sometimes even those good intended people can be a trigger for you. And here they really just want the best for you most times. And so that's just something to think about. The second one is places. So for me, one of the places that was really a trigger was a department store. There was a certain department store that I used to always go to with my daughter while she was growing up. We would shop there periodically. And when she was not with us during her time where she had gone astray and so forth, I would go to this store by myself and would literally have a meltdown. I couldn't even function sometimes. I have 3 girls, and many times I would purchase a gift in 3 different colors at Christmas time. And so it got to the point where there were years where she wasn't with us at Christmas time, and so I was buying 2, and it was just heartbreaking. And so that particular store, that place, was a trigger for me, right? The third one is an event. So an event could be a date, maybe their birthday, obviously, Christmas, holidays, but also an event like a wedding or a funeral, things that aren't the steady every year, but different types of events that come up, family reunion. I strongly recommend you having some type of a canned response for that situation, because many times if we're in a situation like that and we have multiple people coming up to us in one given day, most of the time they're looking to see where that your child is. Maybe he or she isn't with the rest of the family, wondering where he or she is. Many times it's good intended. Many times it is just being nosy. Regardless of their intention, I want you to have a good intention in regards to having a canned response, something to the effect of, where's Johnny or where's Susie? Well, he or she is finding her way, or she or he has taken a bad path, or something to that effect, something that works for you, because you want to have that response, something short and sweet, to where you have in your mind, you're not having to overthink it. You can still try to hopefully enjoy yourself at this wedding or whatever place you are where you're going to have multiple people come up to you. And so by having that canned response, it's going to help you to be able to focus on the answer. And hopefully, more times than not, maybe they won't ask you to elaborate. They're probably going to get the hint and hopefully leave well enough alone as far as that goes. The last one is time of day. So I don't know about you, but usually before bed was probably the worst time. For some of you, it might be early in the morning. And, like before bed for me was my worst time. And so I needed to think about, okay, I know this is you get through your day, you work all day, you do, X, Y, Z. And as the night starts to wind down, it it would trigger me because, your defenses are a little bit lower, you're winding down, you're getting ready for bed. And sometimes you would just start crying. And so really it's around learning how to identify these emotional triggers because they're inevitable. Many of these are inevitable, but there are some of them that you can change. And in another video, I'm going to share different responses to these triggers because the first thing you have to do is identify them. And they're different for everyone. So what is a trigger for you might not be for me and vice versa. So I ask you to think about that. Think about the people, the places, the events, and time of day. Those were big ones for me. And so I encourage you to check that out. If you are looking for one-on-one coaching or group coaching, please, I encourage you to click the link below and get on my calendar. I would love to have a conversation with you so we can discuss if we're a good fit with one another. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.